Hey, what's going on? I've never welded in my life, but in order to finish the Stagea, I need to put the exhaust back together. Here it is in pieces at the moment. So that's the original dump that will come down the back of the turbo, onto the cat back, or onto the cat, and then from there to the cat back system. Problem is this doesn't mate up. I've cut some bits and pieces up, got some new pipe. Yeah, so this is my mate's welder. I've got some mad scientists get up here today, so we're just gonna get stuck into it. I've had a bit of a practice, but still really have no idea what I'm doing. I'm probably gonna mess up a lot of stuff, but we'll see how we go. So there are two things that I need to do to sort this out. Number one is, this is the new dump pipe, and for whatever reason, the previous owner has chopped this up and welded all his own extensions and angles and bits and pieces, and this part here, this flange, actually hits on the automatic transmission in the Stagea. So what I've had to do, so elegantly cut this, bend it to the right angle so it doesn't hit the transmission down here, and then I'm gonna have to weld in a new piece of metal to join that all back together. Then what that means is, because the angle of this flange has then changed, I need to cut this part of the pipe to weld my new flange on. So then it should all meet up hunky-dory and we're all laughing. But do things ever go to plan? Basically never. So step one, we're going to cut that pipe, and then we're going to try and start welding. So the next part I'm not really sure about. I've got this hole here that I need to fill in. So I'm essentially making my own kind of pie cut. It's super ghetto. I basically traced it onto paper and then onto here, which I think the curvature may be different. So the fact that it doesn't line up might be a bit of an issue, but like I said, I've never had any experience in this. I'm just gonna try this and see what happens. Still fucking hot. That looks like garbage. Alright, so I've just neatened up the edges. This is probably the most ghetto thing I've possibly ever done to a car. But I think it's gonna work. So I think the next step is some better preparation. I think I need to get like a wire wheel. Alright, now we're going to test fit the dump off the turbo, and we're going to get underneath and see exactly where it lines up, make sure it's all sweet, and then we can start work on the catback section. Well, there you go. As you can see daylight between the transmission and the dump pipe now. That's a good inch or two. I can't really see from here, but you would imagine that the exhaust isn't going to flex that much. It's quite a gap now, whereas before it was actually touching, so that's awesome. The weld wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but you know, it'll do the trick. So the next part is to get that section hooked up to that. It's pretty close. You know, this still has a bit of wiggle room around, so I reckon if I can lift the back up a bit, see, like that, it'll actually get pretty damn close. So there we are, got it prepped, got it on the right angle. It looks out of angle, and that's because that actually suits the dump pipe pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start welding that up. So while the dump pipe's off the car, the other thing that I want to do is install a new oxygen sensor bung, because the location of this oxygen sensor bung is on the side, and that actually hits the ABS in the Stagea. You can see down here. Yeah, can't really see. It basically hits on these hard brake lines there, so. While it's off, we're going to drill a new hole and pop the new new bung in there. And yeah, we'll do that now. What the fuck? It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. Alright, so it turns out that the hole that I picked to put my oxygen sensor into, to weld the new bung into, was in a pretty bad place. It was going to be sitting on the bend of the downpipe, which I kind of thought about it and looked into it, and it's just going to be a really crappy time to try and weld that, so I'm not even going to try. So I picked another spot that's further down away from the turbo as well, which is only going to be good for the longevity of the O2 sensor. So that's that spot there. So that's the top of the dump pipe there. And this is the big bertha that we're going to be drilling into it with. So she's a big one. She's a big one. Hey, look at that. You want to set up. Don't look at it, but it's all welded up. It's all in the correct angle and that sort of stuff, so I'm going to pop that onto the back of the turbo and hopefully take it for a spin today. Yeah, managed to get the new O2 sensor on, which again, you're not allowed to see any of the welds on because it is 100% trash. So I'm just going to go ahead and start putting this back together. So, completely hollow.
Oh, nice.
So,
just like it should be.
high flow cat. I can't find me nut. Where is it? I got it. I got it. Okay. Lower your end a little bit.
Yeah, it's low.
So lift it up.
Lifting. Oh, I like the whole thing.
Stop, stop. That's good. Stop right there. Don't move. That's perfect. Alright, so that's on in the middle. Now I've got to fix up the back. This is the hard one. Alright, so that's the back part of the exhaust hooked up again onto the hangers. So it's back in a kind of okay position. It still looks tiny for that little cutout. Doesn't look right. Can't wait to get a proper muffler on there. Something like a Verax would be cool. But it moves.
Yeah, it works.
Hey, my Stagea's on the road!
I was gonna say, at least you can see a Stagea on the road.
Yeah. Does it run? Not well. Hey, yeah, how slow it is. See, it sounds quite nice at idle, I think, now that it's warmed up a bit. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I'm finished welding. So by the end of it, I've kind of figured out how to lay down a decent seam. You know, being gasless MIG, there's still a lot of spatter everywhere. I've tried to clean that up as much as I can. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna wrap it anyway. I think there's something to be said about taking pride in your work and trying to, you know, tidy things up, obviously, but you know, I'll tidy it up a bit, but I'm not gonna spend hours and hours making it look really, really pretty, because it's definitely not pretty. It's definitely not, you know, nice lobster TIG welding, but it's done the job. So it's sealed everything up. You know, once you wrap it, you shouldn't see a whole monstrosity of built up weld, hopefully. And so that's it for now. You know, I'm happy with what I've done. Welding's definitely been a learning experience for me. I've never done anything like that in my life. I'm definitely happy I've done it. I think next time I'll probably just leave it to the pros. So I guess that's it for here. Thanks for watching this. Make sure you like, subscribe, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and yeah, come join us for a meet or a cruise. And hopefully one day soon, you might get to see this thing on the road. The running joke is that there is not actually a single running Stagea in our crew. And it's kind of a race to be the first one. So hopefully it's me. We'll see.